you, TJ. Thank you very much for taking your time and being with me. It's
Yeah,
wonderful,
it's my pleasure.
wonderful seeing you on this call and on this session. And as I mentioned, this session is to learn your journey. And let's
Okay.
have a question and answer where I'll ask you questions and I will take this to just
Okay.
response to all of them. First of all, congratulations for joining Indian University and exploring India with multiple opportunities of traveling and doing your internship, all of that.
Yeah, okay.
That's brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So TJ, let us start with learning your personal brief about your personal information and about your background, family background, all of that. If you can just share a little bit about that, that will be great.
Okay. Like you rightfully said, my name is TJ. The full form is Tongshinen, but I made it TJ to be short and easier for people to pronounce. I am from Nigeria. I'm currently studying BBA at Marwadi University. I'm in my final year. I came to India in February 2023. Yeah. So when I came to India, I came as a student, of course. I came as a student through an agency back home. When I came to India, I came when whole first semester was already done. So I had to toggle two semesters at once. So it was kind of hard. I wrote, I think, 13 exams at once.
Oh, oh,
So it was kind of hard, but to God be the glory. I was able to write them and I was able to pass them. Everything was going on well till the inflation rate in our country began to increase. And when I came to this school, a rate of 1 rupee to naira was 1 rupee 8 naira. But
oh,
now
okay.
currently it's 1 rupee 18 naira. That is more than times three. And
Mm.
it has really affected not just only me, but many Nigerians as a whole. In fact, in Marwadi University currently, there are many Nigerians that had to defer some semesters and had to drop out because they can't be able to afford those school fees. The government is not adding salaries in as much as the rate of inflation is increasing. Where do they expect people to get money from? So this experience taught me a lot, taught me I faced a little hardship. It taught me how to survive as a man. It taught me how to hustle, to be able to eat as a man. It taught me that the society is only friendly to those who wants to help themselves. And that is something that I'm really grateful to God for keeping me alive. That's the most important thing. For you to be alive, for you to see the next day is very, very important. Regardless of the issues of life, you still push forward, we still march forward because we are strong, we are resilient, and we are young. Yeah.
Good,
So
good.
basically, this is just the background, and I am actually being catered for in this India by my mom because I lost my dad the day I was writing Pragati exam because I wrote Pragati exam under ISI and I got a G1 scholarship.
Wonderful.
So I'm under the sponsorship of my mom, who I really applaud so much and I really love so much because she has been trying. A widow in Nigeria is not easy. She's working under the government, which means she doesn't really have enough money. And she has been trying her best to provide. And it's something that's it's really inspiring to all mothers out there, regardless whether you have a husband or not. Yeah.
Wow, wow. That's very, very heartwarming and a wonderful story to learn that. You have great love and respect for your mother and the kind of a commitment she's bringing in, nurturing
Yeah.
you and giving you the right education and the support for you to grow as a man. Wonderful, wonderful. So, TJ, I want to learn another. I just want to ask you this: what inspired you to go out of Nigeria to pursue your higher education, and why did you choose India?
Okay. What inspired me to go out of Nigeria and pursue a higher education was because in Nigeria there's what we call strike. I was actually in a university, a federal university in Nigeria, but it's sometimes they go on strikes and it's kind of keeps you behind. For a course you are supposed to finish in 3 years, you can end up finishing that course in 4 years or even more.
Hmm.
And from my discovery, before you come to a certain region, you have to make inquiries and some research about it. And so from my research, I researched about because actually the idea of coming to India wasn't from me because I never really intended to come to India. Well, someone brought it to us, and then from the research we made and from everything, we saw that it was a very good opportunity for us, and it's kind of and it's an international certificate, and I know that many countries respect international certificates. So the fact that I'll be earning an international certificate was one of the things that pushed me, and the fact that I won't be experiencing strikes like how I experienced back home was another that pushed me, and the fact that the system was easygoing and there are no lags in the Indian system. That was one of the things that pushed me. And also I was being exposed to some Indian movies, so I thought like if I can be able to watch their movies, I think I can be able to survive here. And I am a man. I am a man. Not just that I am a man. I serve God and God takes care of his own. So regardless of wherever I went, I knew that I was going to be taken care of by God. So that was one of the things that inspired me to come to India. And I also had some people that were also here, some people that were also here, and so I talked to them. I asked how everything was. Like I said in the beginning, the economy was good. So one more thing, not actually really good, but we were able to afford it then. So one of those things was because we knew that we were going to be able to afford it, and we didn't know that the rate will increase like this. So this has got some of those things that made me apply to India. And when I got to study here, I came here, and that's
Got it.
how I am in
Got it.
India. And I'm currently, I think, 2 years and some months now in India.
Got it. Got it. Wonderful. Wonderful. Could you please help us learn your journey from the time you started your application until your arrival? How did your journey go through?
Okay, yeah. So from the time I started my application, if you go through an agency, you first have to get the agency form, you fill the necessary informations, and from there they begin to get your documentation and stuff like that. So actually, the processing of me coming here wasn't really difficult, to be very honest. The only thing I faced was my visa was delayed by 1 month, and that was
Oh,
it.
oh,
That was the only problem I faced. And coming here, our school, because of part of the package, the scholarship package, my flight was being catered for. So, as I was required to pay $750,000, as I paid it, my flight was sent. That was part of my school fees, not as if it's for the flight. So as for the school to know that you are really serious in this, they can't really send you money for flight if you can't really afford to pay your fees. You can't come here and become a burden on top of them. So it's really understandable to the institution for requesting students to pay that. Yeah. So once we paid, my immediately under 1 week, my flight ticket was sent by Marwadi University, and my journey began from where I stayed in Plateau State to Lagos because my flight was in Lagos. I know Lagos is quite popular to everyone who knows about Nigeria. So from Lagos to where I stay is a 24-hour journey, and I
oh,
used a bus. I used the bus, not a plane.
hmm,
So it was quite hectic. It was quite strength draining, but to God be the glory. I was able to reach Lagos. I stayed in one day at my auntie's husband's house. I stayed there, and the day of my flight, everything was smooth. There was no any problems at the airport. I didn't have issues with extra luggages. Everything was just so smooth for me while
yes.
coming here.
Got it. Got it. You just mentioned that when you had issue with your visa, it was 1 month
Yeah,
delay. What was the
yeah.
reason? What was the reason for your visa delay?
Actually, there was no reason that was given. There was no reason
Oh,
that was given. Yeah,
okay, okay, got it. And you just said that, I mean, you had 24 hours travel from your place to Lagos and from there in to India. If you were to give some some information about pre travel arrival or a
yeah.
preparation for anybody who's planning to come to India, what are those things, I mean, you would recommend people to be prepared for, so that, I mean, they will not have a lot of strain or a struggle while they are traveling?
Okay. Now, actually, I didn't mention something that Marwadi University did. The agency which I came to organized a traveling session. So, firstly, if you are traveling to India, it should be under the basis of If you are coming on your own, it's fine. You should get the guidance of someone. If you are under an agency, definitely that agency is going to give you a pre. So, for my own personal perspective, what I will tell you is that you should make researches. That is the first thing. You should make researches on where you are going. You should make researches of what is not allowed here and what is allowed here. And you get right. And then once
Yeah.
you make those researches, you put them down and begin to plan accordingly. You begin to plan accordingly. Now, if you have made those researches and you know that these are the things required, these are the things that are not required, as a student in the right frame of mind, you should follow in accordance to that research which you have made. The world is global right now. You can just go online and type, please. You can even go on Google, you can go on any AI and type, can you give me a hint on what I need to do as I'm traveling? And you need to be smart also. You need to be smart, or else if you are not smart and you are not sensitive, you might miss certain announcements that are beneficial to you. You might miss certain announcements that are beneficial to you. And I also encourage you to be friendly with the people around you, especially if you are traveling out of the country for the first time. You might be in a situation where you are going to a country with language barrier. So we thank God that India airports they communicate in English. They communicated in English, so it was easy for us to understand. So in a point where you go to somewhere where they communicate, maybe let's say in Spanish or Hindi or all of this, you need to be like try and connect with people. I know some of them at first they would like to speak Hindi, but you can ask and inquire, do you know English? Do you know this? And it will be easier for you. To be easier for you. But most airports definitely they provide a place where it will be in English, where it will
Yeah.
be in whichever language you are using and stuff like that. So you should be very attentive and very sensitive. That was one of those things that you need to do. And make sure you adhere to the rules of the airport.
Good.
Before you enter an airport, there are rules and regulations you would see. Make sure you adhere to those rules and don't trust anybody just like that. It's very important. Don't leave your baggages just like that. Don't leave them. Make sure your eyes are always open. Your eyes are always open. That's why some people do drink a lot of energy drinks so that they stay active and don't sleep. Which I
Yeah.
would advise you to do that. I would advise you to drink a lot of energy drinks because you want to stay active. But there's a way that you can become so sensitive. There's a way you can become so sensitive and if you, for instance, I will encourage you also if you are coming somewhere, try and find a group of people you can come together so that
Mm.
three of you can or four of you can be able to watch out for each other. Like when I came, we were four. So if one is sleeping, the other three are not sleeping and watching the luggage of the rest. I know you get right. So those are some of the things that will help you. But in a case whereby you are alone, you just need to be smart. Being smart is not something that is supernatural. It's inside each and every human being, especially young adults like us. It's inside each and every one of us. You just need to believe in yourself. You just need to and be less anxious. Be less anxious. Do not be anxious.
Yeah.
Anxiety can cause you to become confused. You might get confused because you're anxious. Do not be anxious. Those are my advices to people that want to come here to
Got it.
study.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, TJ. TJ, your university is in Rajkot now, and
Yeah.
you are doing your internship in Hyderabad.
Yes.
I'm sure you would have traveled other cities in India. How was
Yeah.
how was your experience going around in India?
Okay, actually, my experience going around in India, I won't say I'm a really rich guy, so I normally travel by train. I normally travel by train, and if you if you travel by a sleeper train, you'll be so frustrated. If you travel by the sleeper section, you'll be so frustrated. So it's best you travel by the AC section, and it's mostly full. You have to book it like 1 month or 2 weeks before. You can't book it like a day before and be able to get a space. So my experience with the trains were really horrific, if I'm being honest. The Indian government can do a lot better on the trains. They can do a lot better on the trains, to be very honest. People just move anyhow. Beggars are there anyhow. They touch you anyhow. Some of us, we are not used to these kind of things in our country. You can't just touch me anyhow. You can't just touch me. In fact, I even got my trip to Hyderabad. I even got a reaction, like an irritation on my skin because of how the environment was of the train, which I believe that there can be improvements in it. So my experience traveling to, I think I've traveled to Hyderabad. This is my second time being in Hyderabad. I've traveled to Rajkot and Mumbai. I've been in Mumbai also. So my experience has been really good. It depends on actually it actually depends on the type of people you meet. The type of people you meet
Yeah,
depends on the type of people you meet. So if you meet people that are racist or you meet people that are judgmental, then your experience will be bad. But if you meet people that are welcoming, people that want to see you, they have a nice experience. As for me, everyone will want to, oh, where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? Those type of things, you experience them a lot. And then there are some people that will be like, what do you do here? Are you a student? Are you this? Are you that? Sometimes some of these questions become so frustrating. But for me, what I don't like is taking photos. A lot of people want you to take photos. I don't usually do that because I'm not a photo type of person. But
yeah,
on a general scale, if I will rate my experiences on all my travel to everywhere I've gone in India, I'll give it a 7 over 10.
wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah,
First time in India, 7 out of 10 is a good,
yeah,
I mean, experience because obviously, as you said, uh, nobody likes right being judgmental or being
yeah.
certain type of person, I mean, who's going to disturb. I totally get that. But first time experience, 7 out of 10 is wonderful. Tell me more about your experience in the university. How is your campus, your teachers, your experience about your school and food
Okay,
canteen?
okay. Now, my experience in Marwadi University, I would say, was challenging, unique, and good at the same time. If I'll just capture them in three words. Actually, Marwadi was very welcoming. When we came at the Rajkot airport, a school sent a driver to come and pick us from the airport. We were able to check into our hostels, and there's an international hostel. Though no, I won't actually call it international hostel because we stay both with Indians, and so everyone can have that social networking. Everyone can converse, and which is good. They are not
Wonderful.
segmental. They don't segregate. They don't segregate, and that is very good. So you can find a floor where you can get, if there are 10 Indians on that floor, you can also see some Africans on that floor, and that's good. That's good. And then at Marwadi University, I would like to applaud their technological advancements. They are advanced to a certain degree, which is really good. They are advanced, they are up to date, they are up to trends, which is really, really good. And you can see students working on various projects around the school. You know that the school is involved in practical, not just only theoretical stuff, and which is good for students. Marwadi, when I first came, I was a hostel student because the rate was good at that time. We had an international canteen because Gujarat is a state of vegetarians. So we have our canteen different from the vegetarians. So if you are a vegetarian, you eat in a different canteen. If you are a non-vegetarian, you eat in a different canteen. And most Africans, if not all Africans in Marwadi University, are actually non-vegetarian. So they eat in a non-vegetarian canteen. So the canteen is actually like 10 to 12 minutes away from the hostel. You have to walk. That's the only problem. And then sometimes it's not as neat as the canteen of the national students are. So I believe Marwadi University can do better. And the food, they try as much as possible to cook something that we can be able to eat, which is very good. This is very good from them. In Maradi University, we eat 4 times a day. You have your breakfast, you have your lunch, you have your snacks, and you have your dinner. So if you are someone that eats a lot, you can go for all the four. But someone like me, I go maybe for three or sometimes two. If I go for breakfast, I go for lunch, and maybe don't go for dinner. If I go for breakfast, I go for lunch and go for dinner. If I don't go for breakfast and lunch, I go for snacks and then dinner. So that's really amazing. That's really good from the university. After all, we are paying though. We are paying for it.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
although there are some students that are under full scholarships and they don't treat those students separate from other students, they still treat them the same way. So it's really, really good.
yeah,
So I had to leave the hostel because of the school fees issue. I couldn't get the money on time. So staying outside taught me a lot of things. I learned how to survive. I will need money to pay rent. I will need money to buy food. My mother is a widow, like I told you. I have siblings that she needs to cater for. So it taught me how to survive. I met with friends who helped me. I am part of a fellowship, which I am thankful to God for. a Christian fellowship in Marwadi University. That fellowship has really helped me a lot. The brothers in that fellowship have helped me a lot. The sisters also in the way they can, they are warm, welcoming, they helped me. But especially the brothers fellowship, the men's fellowship, we call it Marwadi University Christian Fellowship. They have really helped me a lot. And my friends from diverse countries, I've met people from diverse countries: Ethiopia, Zambia, Malawi, Kenya, Cameroon, Liberia, and so on. So many countries. So I have friends from each
Yeah.
of these countries, and it has really helped me in this India. It has really helped me a lot. Those friends that I have, they have really shown me that friendship is not just something you just say, but it's something you can express. And I'm really
Okay.
thankful for that.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, studying in India, the decision of studying in India and you studying in India, how do you think this experience is helping you personally and professionally in nurturing you as an individual and also you as a professional to grow in your life?
Yeah, okay. So, firstly, I believe that learning is not only done in an environment where there are boards, there are markers, there are projectors. You learn actually outside. And Marwadi gives the opportunity for you to be able to go outside. And the way they make you safe is you have to punch. I don't know if you understand what I mean. You have to take your attendance. If you are going out, you have to punch on a punching machine. And if you don't punch when coming back, you get fined. So it encourages children to be more accountable of movement. It ensures the safety of students and stuff like that, which is really good from the university. Although some students might find it as they would call it a high school mentality because it's as if you are being caged, you can't move out without punching. But at the same time, there's also something that I don't really feel that Marwadi tried in that aspect, and that is the aspect of if you are staying outside, they don't care if you punch or not. It's none of
Yeah,
their business. You are no longer their responsibility. You're only their responsibility once you come to class and learn. So they can do better. They can make students feel better even if they stay outside. Because most students that I know, especially Nigerians, they stay outside because of the lack of financial strength. Most Nigerians that I know, it's not because they want to go and stay outside on their own way. So we can do better even as a society, not just only Marwadi University, every university around.
yeah, got it,
Yeah.
got it. Good, good. So, TJ, if you were to give few recommendations to one someone who are coming to India, what are the three things you talk about in India for someone to choose and study here in India?
Okay, the three cities or what?
No, three things
Okay.
you consider are good for someone to choose to study in India.
Okay,
What are the three reasons?
okay. First of all, you need to learn how to adapt to new things. And for you to learn how to adapt to new things, most especially if you have not gone or traveled to other places, if you learn new things, you will know how to adapt to new things. So you need to first of all do your research about India and try to see how you can be able to adapt to their culture. Secondly, make sure you are well financially buoyant to some extent. You can't just come to another country expecting that everything will be free for you. It's not possible. You also need to
Yeah,
be financially buoyant and you need to be responsible. Responsible in the sense that you are accountable for everything you do in another person's country. You are not just representing yourself, but you are representing your country. So if you are from Nigeria like me and I come to India and I have a bad reputation, it will be upon other Nigerians that are out there, and other people
correct.
will definitely picture us as bad because of your behavior. So you need to have that right frame of mind that once you are coming here, you're not just coming here because you are representing only yourself or your family, but you are representing your nation as a whole.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, that is true, right? That is true everywhere, not just in India. I mean, wherever we are traveling, even if
Yeah,
I'm traveling out of India, it is my responsibility to be mindful and be responsible with my actions, my behavior out there. Otherwise, it's as you rightly mentioned, it's not me I'm carrying my nation. So it's
yeah.
very, very important. But what I was asking is, what are the three reasons one can choose to study in India?
Okay, the three reasons one can choose to study in India.
Yeah,
Okay, firstly, technology, the technological advancements, you are being taught with well-equipped tools, with well-equipped tools, though it depends on the universities. Technological advancement is there. The environment in some states are good. Like, but whereas in my state, if you can't really stay in a hot environment, it's going to be really difficult for you. So if you are to check those type of reasons, they might actually stop you from going. But the reasons that will bring you here, first, technological advancements. Secondly, to some certain extent, I think the rate of racism in India is lower to other countries. So you can come in. And thirdly, you are being offered opportunities to learn in English. You don't have to necessarily learn Hindi. You don't have to learn Telugu. You don't have to learn Gujarati. So these are three things that can make you to study.
Wonderful, wonderful. Have you learnt any other languages other than English? Of course, English you are in speaking. Have you picked up any languages?
I can just maybe say hi, hello in those languages, but I haven't really learned.
Wonderful,
Because for
wonderful.
you to be able to learn a language, you need to be fascinated about it, or
Yeah,
you
yeah,
really need to want to know about it. And I would say, which is wrong, it's not right. You should learn to discover new things because it's going to help you. Because even when you are moving in local rickshaws or local autos or local stores, some of them can speak English, especially in local states, like
yeah.
especially if your university is located in a local region. So some of them can speak English, so you have to learn how to
Great.
speak some of these little things. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, TJ. Thank you very much. Before we close, you have anything to share with someone who's watching this video and wanting to learn about India and your experience? Finally, do you have anything to share?
Okay. I would just like to tell you that if you are coming to India, the first thing to do, I'm sure it's for various, not just only Christianity, but I am a Christian, so I'll speak from a Christian perspective. But not only Christianity, I'm sure that every other religion encourages you to put the ethics that are being taught in your religious background first. That's you put God first. If you are coming to India, I encourage you to put God first. You should put God first. You should put the principles that the Bible has taught you, or whatsoever book that your religion has taught you. Like I said, I'm a BBA student, so I'm learning. I'm currently doing a subject, business ethics. And business ethics, I see that most ethical behaviors are being taught in religion. In Gita, in the book of Gita, you can find it. In the Quran, you find ethical behaviors to work with. And in the Bible, you also see that. So, firstly, you put God first. And secondly, you should be someone that is, should I say, reserved and not you shouldn't be overly will I say it's good to explore to some certain extent, but you explore with wisdom. You explore with wisdom. You should be wise in carrying out your activities because you know that this is not your country. There are certain things that you might not be used to in your country. That there are certain things you might be used to in your country that you can't do here. So you also need to be able to adapt to the cultures of this country also for you to move effectively. And also you need to be friendly to people around. You need to be friendly to people around. You
Yeah,
just like someone like me, there are a lot of complaints that I don't smile. I don't
yeah,
smile a lot, but even if I don't smile a lot, there's definitely that time where you have to be friendly. You can't just say you want to do things on your own. If you come to India, I advise that you don't just do everything on your own. You should have someone that you can be able to go to. You should have someone that you can be able to speak about some things to. And based on my personal experience, I will say that you should just be prayerful. You should be determined. You should have goals that you have set for yourself. You should have schedules. You should plan out your day. You should plan out everything you do as you stay in India. So you can not necessarily, some people might not necessarily plan out a whole 1 month thing, but if I am here today, tomorrow I should have how my day is being structured. It will help me a lot to navigate through life affairs here in India.
great, great. Thank you very much, TJ. Thank you for being with me today and sharing your journey. I'm very sure everybody who's watching this video are going to learn a lot from your journey and come to India with a full preparation so that I mean, they will have a great life and great living experience and experience here. Thank you very much, TJ. Thank you very
Thank
much
you
for
so
being with
much.
me.
Uh,
Bye.
please have a nice day.
Yeah, you too.